Exercise 3.5. First question. Which of the following statements are true? The first statement is, if a number is divisible by 3, then it must be divisible by 9. Divisible by 3 doesn't mean that divisible by 9, because 9 is bigger than 3. So, consider an example 6. 6 is divisible by 3. But 6 is not divisible by 9. It's not divisible by 9. So, the statement is false. Second one, if a number is divisible by 9, then it must be divisible by 3. So, we have already learned one statement. If a number is divisible by a particular number, then that number is divisible by its factors also. Using that, we can say the statement is true. Consider the example 18. 18 divided by 9 is 2. 18 divided by 3 is 6. If a number is divisible by 9, then it is clear that that number is divisible by its factors also. Next one, a number is divisible by 18, but if it is divisible by both 3 and 6. A number is divisible by 18 if it is divisible by both 3 and 6. Here also we have learned one statement. If a number is divisible by two co-prime numbers, then that number is divisible by their product also. But here what is given is, it is divisible by 3 and 6. But 3 and 6 are not co-prime. What do you mean by co-prime numbers? Numbers that have only 1 as the common factor. But here 3 and 6, 3 is the common factor. So these two are not co-prime. So the statement is false. Consider the example, 12 divided by 3 is 4. 12 divided by 6 is 2. Both these are divisible. But 12 is not divisible by 18. If both these numbers are co-prime, then we can say it is divisible by their product also. Next, if a number is divisible by 9 and 10 both, then it must be divisible by 90. Why? 9 and 10, no common factor other than 1. So, these two are co-prime numbers. So, that number is divisible by their product also, 90 also. It is true. Next. If two numbers are co-prime, at least one of them must be prime. If two numbers are co-prime, consider this example 24 and 25. These two are co-prime numbers, no common factor other than 1. But these two are composite numbers. So, the statement is false. Next, all numbers which are divisible by 4 must also be divisible by 8. I have already said this, 8 is greater than 4, so it is not. Next, all numbers which are divisible by 8 must also be divisible by 4. Why? 4 is a factor of 8. So, if a number is divisible by 8, then that number is divisible by its factors also. So, 4 is a factor of 8. So, this number is divisible by 4 also. It is true. Next, if a number exactly divides two numbers separately, it must exactly divide their sum. Already learned this as a divisibility rule. So, it is true. If a number exactly divides sum of the numbers, it must exactly divide the number separately. If we divide 13 plus 3 is 16. 16 is divisible by 16. But 13 is not divisible by 16 and 3 is not divisible by 16. So, the statement is false. Then 7th question. The product of 3 consecutive numbers always divisible by 6. Verify this with some examples. The product of 3 consecutive numbers. You can take any consecutive numbers. Take 1 into 2. 1, 2, 3 are 3 consecutive numbers. First 3 consecutive numbers. So, 1 into 2 into 3 is 6. It is divisible by 6. What you have to do is take any 3 consecutive numbers. 2 into 3 into 4, 24, divisible by 6. So, it is correct. The statement is correct. 8th question, the sum of two consecutive odd numbers is divisible by 4. Verify this statement with the help of some examples. Sum of two consecutive odd numbers. We have to take only the odd numbers. First odd number is 1. Next odd number is 3. 1 plus 3, 4, divisible by 4. Next 5. And next odd number is 7. 5 plus 7 is 12, divisible by 4. Next 10th question, check whether 25,110 is divisible by 45. Don't go for long division method. Another way, we can write 45 as 9 into 5, where 9 and 5 are co-prime numbers. Where 9 and 5 are co-prime numbers. So what you have to check is whether 25,110 is divisible by 9 and divisible by 5. If it is divisible, we can say it is divisible by 9 into 5, 45. So check the first one, ending with 0. So 25,110 is divisible by 5. What about 9? What do you have to do? 2 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1 plus 0. So it is 9. Is a multiple of 9. So 25,110 is divisible by 9. Since 5 and 9 are co-prime numbers, we can say that 25,110 is divisible by 9 into 5, that is 45. Next question, 18 is divisible by both 2 and 3. It is divisible by 6 also. Similarly, a number is divisible by both 4 and 6. Can we say that number must also divisible by 4 into 6, 24? What is given? 18 is divisible by 2 and 3, where 2 and 3 are co-prime numbers. So, 18 is divisible by 2 into 3, 6 also. Similarly, can we conclude if a number is divisible by 4 and 6, is it divisible by 4 into 6? No, because 4 and 6 are not co-prime numbers. Give an example. 12 is divisible by both 4 and 6. But 12 is not divisible by 4 into 6, 24. If these two are co-prime, we can say that number is divisible by the product of these two also. Then 12th question, I am the smallest number having 4 different prime factors. Can you find me? Important one is this, smallest number. I am the smallest number having 4 different prime factors. Smallest number means it should be a multiple of the smallest prime factors. I am the smallest number having 4 different prime factors. So, it must be or should be the number which we get by multiplying the least 4 numbers, 4 prime numbers. So, the first prime number is 2, 2 into 3 into 5 into 7. So, we can multiply these two. 7 3s are 21 and 5 2s are 10. So, 210 is the answer. And homework exercise 3.5, 6 and 9.